hello. This is this is not a drill. This is a like emergency edition of Mid-Card Mana. It is I, the Loose Cannon. We got here Sam Keola, the Wrestling Connoisseur. So let's get straight to the biscuits.
The biscuits.
What?
Kind of. What is that?
It's from Danger 5.
I've never heard.
It's from Danger 5. Anyway. So, as I'm sure many of you have heard or seen, or if you have not heard or seen or read or anything like that, there has been a few changes to the TLC match card. So, instead of Finn Balor facing Bray Wyatt, no.
Before we say any more, when we say few changes, we mean to the only two feuds that mattered at all.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, the last few Raws, they have only focused on the Shield. So the Balor and Wyatt feud got just a little bit of promotion.
And especially because they debuted Pumpkin King Finn Balor.
Pumpkin King Balor versus
Sister Abigail.
So now...
I'm going to take one of these. I'm upset.
I'm going to take one. I am too, because... first of all, let's just get through all the news. So... the Wyatt Balor feud and the main event are both changing because apparently there is an illness going through WWE. I heard it was viral meningitis. Yeah,
dirt sheets say it's viral meningitis. WWE just says medical issues for their stars, so it's not really confirmed, but probably.
It's it's interesting if that is the case because I mean it is a serious thing. I've had viral meningitis before and it sucks. It takes a while to get over.
I was going to say, what's the recovery time for that? Because that could affect even up into Survivor Series, I would think, if it's really serious.
Because if you consider their schedule and everything, you pretty much have to have complete rest. When I caught it, I was starting a new job, and I was trying not to miss days. And I would work 2 days and just wear myself out, and then I'd be off for like a week. And it can be a good while. It can be like up to 2 months even, depending on how severe it is. That's if it's viral meningitis, not bacterial meningitis, which are two different things. As bad as viral is, bacterial meningitis is so much worse. So if it's that, I don't know. But apparently, Bo, Bray, Roman, maybe others, they weren't very clear.
Yeah,
it's not something they could really
that might
work
explain
through.
why the card is so thin. Because you can do maybe like a 10-minute match on Raw and do it, and then be completely down for like the next 2 weeks. I would assume.
Probably even be able to get through that. If it's that bad. So that's what's going on, and in response to this, they have thrown Kurt Angle in to replace Roman Reigns and brought AJ Styles over from SmackDown to replace Bray Wyatt.
Finn Balor.
Which is mind-boggling to me.
I mean, to do it without any sort of build, I feel...
When the pay-per-view is only built toward the main event.
Yeah. Has been really weird, and the fact that they're now inserting Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. And
that's a bit of the problem, Angle's return match should be something
bigger,
humongous. I mean, it should be a
shouldn't have been this.
At least like a double main event.
But I'm wondering if,
and the type of match it is too, a TLC match. Why would you put Angle in a TLC match?
Yeah, that's terrifying. If they were really questioning, if Angle is medically cleared and ready to wrestle regular matches, why in God's name would you put him in a TLC match?
I think he's fine. It's just them wanting to put him in a match like this, and he's going to give his all in dangerous match.
I was like, but this could shelf him.
It could, knowing Angle, because he will give everything and probably get hurt from this.
Yeah.
So to me, like, in my opinion, there's like 3 possible ways they could have gone about this instead of what they did, really. One, considering what they did, and not wanting to pull anyone around, just keep it within Raw. and the people you have. And say you don't want to replace Reigns.
Yeah.
So they could have had Kurt come out on the pre-show and say, hey, Kane and Braun took out Roman Reigns on Raw. Because that's how it ended.
Yeah.
Say you injured Roman. So now
he is not able to compete.
He's not able to compete. I'm not going to do a 5-on-2 match. It is going to be a 2-on-3 match. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus, Cesaro, and The Miz. Since Braun and Kane took out Roman, now Braun and Kane are going to face each other in a tables match or something.
Yeah.
And
fill out the card a little bit more.
That would have really solved the problem already for the main event, at least added another
Alternately,
match. The fans would be behind Braun.
The other thing that I thought, or that you had suggested actually when we were talking earlier, when we first both found out about this news, is maybe using this as an opportunity.
Yes, that was going to be my second thing. If you're going to pull people around, why not bring
someone up?
Or Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno from NXT, who is more than ready.
And who is the original choice for the third member of the Shield.
Bring him up with the Shield, have it you could still have it a 3-on-5, or you could just do a 3-on-3 match and still keep the Braun versus Kane match. And, of course, that would give the heels something to complain about. Don't announce who it is. Just say it's still going to be a 3-on-3 match. And then have it as a surprise. It's Cassius Ohno in Shield get up.
Yeah.
And he's the new 4th member of Shield. And you could build off that with, if you wanted to have Shield lose, have him take the fall.
Yeah.
That would build up issues with Dean Ambrose. If you want to really turn him heel, that could be a good reason why.
Which I fully support Dirty Dean going heel. I think definitely, though, to avoid a repeat of how they broke up the Shield the last time, I think it would be really cool to have a 4th member come in and have that be the main feud that goes moving forward. Because Dirty Dean as a heel he's going to be super over, and he's going to pull over anyone else that he works with as a heel. And
it would give him somebody else to work with besides Rollins. You could still keep Shield together.
Yeah.
In essence, you can keep Shield together. If you want to get Roman over via that, you should keep them together.
Yeah.
And that would give you the 3rd member to even it out. Or you could have Reigns jealous of Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno. I keep calling Hero. You can have Reigns jealous because Hero joins the group and they're successful, and eventually build up an animosity between Reigns and Ohno.
And I mean, then you could always have it as a 4-man for a long time, and then when you decide to break them up, or when you decide to turn Dean Ambrose, because that's the person who's slated to turn currently, it might change, who knows, but when you turn Dean Ambrose, you can have someone else turn with him, and then that could be a good feud for the group.
2 tag teams.
Have 2 tag teams go into it.
Also, what would be great about having a 4th member bringing up Ohno to replace Reigns is that then you have your Survivor Series match set with 4 guys, 4-man Shield team versus 4 other guys.
Yeah, it would be cool.
So that would be just completely already booked out for them. As far as the Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor feud, I don't understand why you would bring AJ Styles.
It's such a wasted opportunity. I mean, perhaps they were just sort of like, nobody's really hyped about anything on this card, so we have to.
You're not going to get any
figure
more buy
something.
rates for
Yeah,
it because,
no, at this point.
I mean, very few. I feel like most of the people either already have bought it or already on the network, or streaming illegally, or I don't think anybody's going to be like, oh, let me sign up now to see this match because whatever. And
I mean, I think it's such a shame because
it's
Styles versus Balor could headline a Mania. The fact that they're pulling the trigger on this so early is such a waste.
It is, and a lot of people are excited about it because they're like, "Oh my God, Bullet Club!"
Yeah, I mean, I wore my Bullet Club Tekken shirt just because we're talking about this, and I mean,
we've got Anderson Gallows there.
Honestly,
are they going to get involved?
To a lot of people, it's a dream match, but to not have it built the way it deserves to be built, it's a wasted opportunity.
I don't think it's going to live up to the hype that it's getting already.
No,
because
it's not.
I can't see for one, any plans they have for Balor. I don't feel like they would have Balor lose on his own brand.
Yeah.
AJ's not going to lose because he's in title for a shot at Jinder. They're going to build that feud up. You're not going to want to have him lose to Balor, who's not even a contender.
I'm interested to see because they've had, because of the fact that the club is on the same brand as Balor and Styles is over on the other side, they've had a lot more interaction just via social media between Finn Balor and Gallows and Anderson.
There's also the ride-along episode where they have the cutouts of AJ and Balor in the back of it.
Yeah, and I mean it's sort of like where is their loyalty gonna fall? Are they even gonna get involved in this match? And if they don't, then I mean, it's again another wasted opportunity.
It'd been better saved for WrestleMania. Even if it was like inter-brand match at WrestleMania, have it built from
or even at Survivor
Rumble.
Series. They could have even done this at Survivor Series. It deserves to be a Mania match, but they could have even saved this for Survivor Series, especially because they're doing the whole inter-brand thing anyway at Survivor Series.
If you put whoever wins their matches is going to represent Raw, and you do Balor, Elias, and the Good Brothers, and versus AJ and whoever, and then you have that animosity built there. You go to Rumble. The ring's cleared except for AJ and Balor, so they have a showdown for a little bit.
That would then be huge.
Have like Anderson come out and he's all like, "I'm not getting involved."
Yeah, and he just tries to like,
"Come on, bros! Come on, bros!" You know, I mean, you could build that up before other people start coming out and they have to start teaming up together to eliminate everybody else. So you could have built this up for WrestleMania in that manner and had a huge payoff from it.
I'm wondering, it can go both ways. So I'm wondering either A, they're trying to get the cheap pops from the whole like obviously Bullet Club sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or B, it's sort of meant as a like, haha, you smarks. Well, here, this match is gonna suck anyway. Show you about how much you love the Bullet Club. I'm really unclear.
I really feel like it's a panic.
Because both things could be possible in the WWE. Yeah. And especially because they've had such animosity towards the Bullet Club after they invaded Raw. They served the Young Bucks a cease and desist where they can't do the suck it or the too sweet anymore. Which is ridiculous. What are you going to do?
So here's my thoughts. Like, without bringing AJ over, what could they do?
I mean, they've already announced it, so they can't go back on
I see
this.
two possibilities they could have done. Straight off the top, Goldust was involved in the feud.
Yeah.
Even in a minor aspect.
And I mean,
why not
give Goldie a pay-per-view
why not have
match?
Sister Abigail come out? You know, it's dark, Bray Wyatt's music hits. Someone comes out, long hair, dressed up like Sister Abigail. Comes out, gets in the ring, lights come on, and wait, it's Goldust? And then Bray Wyatt's face pops up on the Titantron, just laughing without any time to even explain what's going on. Goldust attacks. You have a quick match, and the feud's continued.
And I mean, you could even have Goldust in there with a cheap win.
You could
give him a dirty win. I mean, if you're gonna push him as a heel, especially at this point in his career, why not?
Yeah. 2, you pull someone up to be Sister Abigail, and he actually has to wrestle a woman. It would be like not the first time in WWE, but it would be interesting, and you know, have that happen. Introduce Sister Abigail right there. It would be a bit of a letdown, I think, without Bray there actually.
And I mean, I think
you could spice it up with kids around the ring with sheet mask and all different sorts of tricks to pull it off. 3, Harper and Rowan. They've done nothing in SmackDown,
but they're the Bludgeon
months.
Brothers now.
They've had 2 vignettes. WWE has pulled storylines out more than anything with more stuff than this.
Yeah, I mean, look at Emma.
You have Bray's music hits, a whole bunch of people in sheet masks come out and hoods and whatnot. The lights come on. Harper and Rowan's in the ring. They just obliterate Balor. Bray pops up on the Titantron again, just laughs, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
You just don't even explain it, you know. it's mind games. So you wouldn't really need to explain. That would be like 3 easy ways to have fixed that without bringing AJ over.
Without
and
wasting such a big match.
Wasting a big match. Hurting possibilities. I mean, if AJ takes the loss, how's it going to look for him to challenge Jinder after
if
2
Finn
losses?
takes the loss,
2 losses. How can he face Jinder if he's lost to Corbin and then he loses to Balor?
yeah,
That's so close, baby.
it takes all the wind out of his sails.
It's still going to look bad.
Oh yeah, no matter who loses this match, it's gonna hurt the other person, and that's the worst kind of match.
Yeah.
Neither of them are at a point in their respective storylines where they can take that loss.
Right. So, interesting thing.
And even a win for either isn't going to push them anywhere because of the fact that they're on separate brands.
Yeah. The only thing I could see, like, if you're going to do AJ versus Balor and Jinder has challenged Brock, is if you had Jinder interfere somehow. And it still doesn't make any sense, except in the long term, like an invasion, SmackDown invasion of Raw.
I mean, from what I understand, they're possibly thinking of doing another superstar shakeup.
I guess, but this would have been the time to do it instead of saying, "Oh, AJ from SmackDown's coming over." It'd be like Vince just announcing on the pre-show, "We're going to do a superstar shakeup right now," and just doing a power play and rearranging the car. Yeah, I don't know what's the outcome going to be. I think main event wise, I still don't see how you could have the faces lose. I mean, they built it up so heavy on the opposite side. They wanted to push Roman
but then
so bad.
it'll
now
seem
they're not.
But yeah, and then if Kurt Angle wins,
he's going to have a Roman Reigns mask and then win, and then Roman's going to still win.
Yeah.
I don't see how you would have Angle lose in his big return match.
Yeah.
And have.
But it'll be weird if Angle wins because it seems it'll play off as like a conflict of interest because
you would think so.
He's in the match and he's general manager of Raw, so he's the one that calls the shots. This might end up being the pathway towards a return from Stephanie. I
don't know.
It might be a Vince thing. I don't know, but I mean,
I can't help but think if Angle's will be in the match, then Jordan's going to come out. That they'll include Jordan somehow to be in.
And then it's going to end up being like a 5-on-5, actually.
4-on-5, yeah. I don't know. It's really. I felt from the start this has been a really poorly booked pay-per-view.
And it's only gotten worse.
Together, and in the last few episodes of Raw, it seems like it's only gotten worse. And then now, worst case scenario, guys are out sick, and they panic and make it worse.
Yeah.
Storyline wise, it's awful. If you're going to book like
I think they looked at it from what matches are gonna make people talk. But if you don't have the storyline going along with it, it's gonna be hard for people to care about it all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is like someone putting a card together that they think is going to get buy rates or people to come.
But it's too late. It's too late.
Posting that.
Should have done this
saying,
like last week.
We're gonna have,
Then you
Kurt
could have done like a week of build.
And yeah,
it's not a whole lot, but it's better than just out of nowhere.
It's like a pay-per-view booked without any build-up.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, then why have any of this?
I mean,
why need Raw?
it's such a waste because then you spent all this time building these storylines and put all this effort into it, and now it's shot to shit. Yeah,
because they're not following the storylines out, and that's what doesn't make sense to me. That's why I think Kane versus Braun would work.
And it'd add an extra match.
Simply because Braun's more over as a face than he is heel, even though he's booked as a heel most of the time. Because it's just strange how.
Well, I mean, it could also be.
And then Kane's just come back, so it's like he's not. I don't feel like he didn't draw heel heat by attacking Roman Reigns.
Oh no. But I think that could be a thing where, you know, have Kane come in and be sort of like, oh, I'm the one that took out Roman Reigns. Have Braun Strowman be like, no, wait a second.
Yeah, and having them
You
go
need
back
to
and forth
you need to back up because I had this before you had it, and then have them maybe have like a mini feud to see who gets to end Roman Reigns. Who gets to end Roman Reigns?
You could do a lot with a Braun Kane feud match. I mean, the match itself, I feel like would be good. You could go comical with it, and then also, you know, the whole power and everything aspect.
Choke slamming each other,
match and all that stuff. And then, you know, the follow-up Raws, I feel like if you're going to keep them both heel, you could have that animosity build between them. If you wanted one to go face, it would be easy enough to do.
For either of them.
It would be super easy to go that route instead of including them both in the main event now. Because we're looking Roman, if it is Roman Judges, he could be out till the next pay-per-view. Or at least a month.
I was like, you mean later than the next pay-per-view, because Survivor Series, I think, is mid-November.
Let's see.
As both of us check our phones, this is how
calendar.
unprepared we were. We were so shook.
Survivor Series is usually around Thanksgiving, though, right? So, what, maybe the 19th?
Yeah. No, it's the 19th, but I mean, that is...
So, it's a month.
Yeah,
it's a month away, roughly.
Today's 20th. It's about a month.
So, yeah, I mean, he might be back in time for Survivor Series.
But then it would just
a lot of
be
rest.
him thrown into a match again.
Yes.
Because he would be out
the
of
fourth
the
member
picture.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. would work best, story-wise. He would just get thrown into it, and that would be, oh, who's going to be their partner? And then there's Roman. So in the meantime, you could have Kane and Braun feuding over who took out Roman Reigns. I think that would have been best. I don't know why anybody didn't think about it or consider it.
It's blind panic.
It's in my bag.
But I mean, it's just such a shame because now all of these matches, which I mean, Kurt Angle is definitely going to put on a good match. It's not even a question. Unfortunately, he's going to be lost in the tag team shuffle, and of course, Balor versus AJ is for many people like a dream match.
Yes.
To see in the WWE, but unfortunately, they're doing it too early, and not letting it get up to the potential that it could have.
Right. And
I mean that should, because Balor versus Styles should be for a belt. I definitely think,
but it doesn't have to be, and I think they could include the Good Brothers in this thing somehow. I'm not sure.
I think they will, and I think they would do it just to sort of
to kind of, you know, just like a nod toward the marks.
Yeah,
in a way,
but I think
it feels cheap if they do that.
No, I think that's exactly why they're gonna do it.
And yeah,
because it'll be a cheap pop.
Yeah,
honestly, it's not the smartest thing. It's not there, so
it might be in the car. So, yeah, you can. So that's. So yeah, that's the breaking news, and that's the scenarios that I would do.
And
instead
both of us were floored by this.
As slamming the door.
Yeah. As both of us found out about it like midday today.
Yeah, everybody I've talked to has been like, thought it was a joke.
Yeah, no, I had to look up to make sure, because I thought this was like kayfabe news.
Well, you and Will both messaged me at the same time, and then I was talking to my friends about it, and they were my other friends.
As soon as I saw it, I was like,
most of them thought it was a joke. Others were like, well, this should be good, but that's kind of weird. And then
it'll be cheap good, and it won't well, I mean, like, nobody will really benefit from any of it. That's the unfortunate thing. I mean, like, I've no doubt that the matches are going to be good because the people that they've inserted are workhorses, frankly, and are willing to do whatever it takes to make a good match. But I think it's going to be a waste because of the fact that there's not going to be any build, so there's no like good story that they're playing for.
In other news, Alicia Fox and Sasha Banks will now be headlining the TLC pay-per-view. Allison, doors open.
I believe it. That sounds good. That sounds. that was great.
I think my door could book WWE because it's just banging and it's not even doing its job.
Oh.
Yeah. Very. Wow. Jimmy Jacobs laughing right now.
Jimmy Jacobs is laughing and crying at how poorly some of his friends are being used. Now that he's gone.
Who is head writer
for Raw?
Yeah.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember.
I don't know.
I know that the reason why this whole KO and Sammy thing's going on is because of Jimmy Jacobs.
Oh, no doubt.
And of course because of Kevin Owens throwing his pull around and being like, "Hey."
Well, I'm sure the Shane Kevin Owens match was good, so I'm sure he's got a little bit of weight to throw.
Oh no, I'm sure.
But
I'm not saying he doesn't have any pull backstage, but I mean, I think it's nice that he's using it to help his friend who is very direly in need because.
Hold me tight. I do wonder who threw this together. If it was McMahon, if it was somebody else, like who?
It's Steph.
And
Triple H is trying to be like, no, and she didn't listen. I believe that.
They just booked it, and Triple H was like, "I was in NXT. What's going on?" It's pretty bad, but.
And I mean, there's just people in our group, right, that are just like, "Oh man, this is gonna be so cool." And I mean, the matches are gonna be okay. Like the matches are gonna be good.
Let me just say,
the wrestling that's gonna go on in those matches are gonna be quality, but it's not going to elevate anybody.
Writing is booking. It's all the same. Booking is like the plot. It's breaking it down by the seams. Mm-hmm. It's plotting it out, and it's long-term things to make the match, the payoff. You'd be more interested and invested in the match. There's really no investment in these matches.
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say so for the purposes of WWE right now, writing and booking are two very different things.
They are, but I mean they do go hand in hand.
No, yeah, but I mean there are people who are booking things that don't have any concept of how to make people care about these matches, and then there are people writing stories, that's but are not booking, but they're not working with the people who are booking the matches to make the stories pay off.
Right.
So it's really unfortunate because of the fact that
the people who are happy about this,
everyone's really talented, especially the two men that got inserted into this pay-per-view. Insanely talented. I never was a big fan of Kurt Angle, but he does he can put on a great match with almost anyone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And same with AJ Styles. AJ Styles is often considered to be one of the biggest acquisitions that the WWE's gotten in recent years, and I mean he is worth more than his weight in gold.
I mean, they could have even staged had someone that looked like Bray from behind. I mean, he has enough get up on that you don't necessarily have to see it's him.
Yeah.
And shown him attacking Balor, and so the match is not going to happen now. Insert filler match. But the people who are excited about this, I don't feel understand the consequences of the storytelling.
Or lack thereof.
The lack thereof, and where it goes. And I don't know. I don't feel, as good as it sounds on paper. It's
it looks great on paper. If you're reading this card without knowing anything of the storylines going on in the WWE, Smarks would smirk. But then you look at the storyline and examine what they've been building towards, and you would see what they end up doing now. in
Well, I
place
feel
of
like
it to sort of like a
that's-
quick fix it, and it's. I mean, maybe they're genius in ways that I don't understand, but
I feel like that's the problem. This is booked like an indie show that doesn't have a program to build up to, and people are looking at like,
well, I
oh
mean,
my god,
even
AJ
a lot of
versus
indie shows at
Balor
this point are
is going to
also
be amazing, but there's still like an end goal that they have to consider that.
they did not consider it.
I'm sure they're considering it, but they're like,
Now.
okay, AJ versus Balor, who do we have win? Is it going to be like a double count out? I mean,
Is it going to be a
it's
disqualification?
going to have to be. It's going to be a double count out or some sort of DQ ending, where there's not a winner. And that's
Because if either man wins over the other person's going to be kind of buried.
that's the only thing they can do. And in the main event, like if Shield doesn't win, who takes the fall? It's got to be Ambrose. You're not gonna have Angle take the fall, surely, because it would have to be a pretty good spot.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't.
feel like
I
they're
don't
gonna
think they would.
protect
I don't
Angle.
think they would have Angle take the fall. Seth Rollins is the cover boy,
Yeah.
so I don't think they
It's gonna
would
be
take him the
Ambrose.
fall or let him take the fall.
So the only way I can see Angle taking the fall is if it's Miz that gets the pin, and they build up an Angle Miz feud, because there's at least footing for that. But
There's footing for that. I would also maybe crazy theory. Have this be a way to start an Angle Roman
No pun
Reigns feud.
intended.
So when Roman Reigns comes back, and is talking big talk again, like how he does. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. And then when he was sort of rude to Kurt Angle when Shield came back, have when Roman Reigns comes back, he does that again. Kurt Angle call him on and be like, "Hey, I saved your team's ass at Survivor or at TLC when you couldn't perform."
I just feel like that would be like super forced almost, though. I mean, they might go that route.
I feel like that might be a possible build, just because it's sort of like
if you're wanting
throwing a bunch of things at the wall to try and figure out how to get over Roman Reigns. And I mean, they've been
Yeah.
feeding him people left and right, and nothing's worked. So I feel like that they would potentially feed him Angle.
potentially, because they have booked him in feuds that have not helped him at all. So I can see them book him in that too, which would not help him at all. Put him in there with someone like Angle, even though Roman has gotten much better than a couple years ago,
Yeah.
in ring wise. Putting him in there with Angle, he's just not on that level.
Not on that level. Not even
Angle
close.
would wrestle circles around him.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. But Angle would also carry him through the match, and he would.
but I would feel
willingly
like
do it.
Reigns versus Angle, maybe too much on Angle physically too. Like Kurt would totally get hurt in that match, I feel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he runs the risk of getting hurt in this match.
Oh yes, yeah. I don't know what else I can really say. I just can't see them building that feud just yet without turning Reigns heel. Like, why would you put him against Angle, who is beloved still yet in the fans' eyes right now, and Reigns is not, and putting him in a match? It'd be like saying, okay, well, we're going to do Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns to get Roman Reigns over.
I mean, they did that. It didn't
And it
work.
failed. That's why everybody hates him right now.
And it only made people love Daniel Bryan more, because there was the thing that leaked, right? Where afterwards Daniel Bryan was like, oh, okay, is that good enough to make him look strong?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And,
Right. Oh,
and
okay, you want me to put over Roman Reigns more? Was that good? And he gets the promo, and then at the end of it's like, is that good? To put him over enough? And yeah.
But I mean, that made people love Daniel Bryan more, and made people.
There's all sorts of reasons why. I mean, just the fact that he goes out there and the fans are chanting, and he's humble and appreciative.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
It's honest how he reacts to the crowd.
what I mean, he's the everyman. You know what I mean? He's not
It's the American
giant.
dream.
He's not giant. He's not huge. He's not ripped.
Mm-hmm.
But he can wrestle circles around to anyone that you put in a ring with him. Yeah. It's going back to what Sami Zayn said. He's always a couple of steps ahead, just as far as his talent and his abilities. So,
yeah. So, that's that. I mean, that's what we're looking for at TLC this weekend.
Hopefully, they can figure out a way to, like, maybe last minute change this.
If you're watching and you book this, I won't sue. Just give me a job.
Just pay him.
Pin me, pay me.
Yeah, that's it. I think there's not much else left to say except to see what happens. Oh, so predictions for these matches now that these are the matches that are booked. Styles versus
Double
Balor.
count out.
We are hoping double count out. I'm concerned that they'll give the win to Styles.
Yeah, double count on them.
Because they seem to be really high on Styles right now. And not quite as high on Finn Balor.
Pumpkin King.
So I hope for double count out, but I feel like they might give it to Styles. And then I think definitely the Shield with Kurt Angle. So
Shangle. Shangle is going to win.
They're going to win clean in the middle of the ring. Maybe tapping someone out with an ankle lock.
Miz or Cesaro is going to take the fight.
Definitely Miz. It's got to be Miz.
It won't be
because words matter. So yeah, listen, WWE.
I quit. Words matter, Miz. That'll be the line.
That would be great. I would book it.
So, Sam Keola.
Loose Cannon.
That's your news.
That is your breaking news.